Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel for this another testing video on FS22 with me, Farmer Murphy. Well, today we're going to do some testing on contracts, specifically grasswork contracts, and what I want to answer is what kind of flexibility do we have equipment-wise with the equipment we use to make the hay and the silage. So if we take a look at some contracts here, like here's a silage contract, and you can see it gives us a number of different pieces of equipment. Now you can borrow this or you can use your own, but it says that you're to mow the grass, bale it, wrap it, make silage, and then take them to the animal dealer. So what I've done is I've accepted both a haying one here on field 14 and a silage one on field 15, but rather than bale it, I'm going to do anything loose. Now the reason I'm doing this, I'm playing with some friends on a multiplayer server, and some have put in this case, fermenting silos, and they've shown up in the contract system. And so we try and do a contract and deliver bales to them. They don't accept bales. And an example of that would be this one here. You can see it says it to take it to the sell everything sell point. Well, that's a sell point that I've put on the map as part of my that I used during my testing in that. I think this one does happen to accept bales, but there are obviously, when you put these things on the excuse me, on your map, they can end up in the contract system. So long story short here, I said, well, I'd run off and do a test and see if I did it all loose, if we could complete the contract. And I thought, well, you know what? There's a couple of us that are wondering if this will work. There's probably more, so I thought I'd make a quick video on it. There may be some of you who started watching who already know the answer, but I don't, and I guess I could have gone scouring the internet or YouTube to see if I could find the answer, but I decided I'd just run this quick test. So anyway, so what I'm going to do, I got the setup here. This is what I'm going to do for hay, making my hay. I got the Krone Big M. A bit of an overkill in these small fields, but you know, all about getting things done as quick as you can when you're doing these tests. And what I did is I put the front lifter, but I put it on the back, which gives me a 3-point on the back, and I've got a tedder on there so I can mow and ted in one pass. And then after I get that done, I'm going to come behind, and I have this front windrower. It's a mod that's available, and my forage wagon. So in another pass, I can pick it up. So in 2 passes, I've got loose hay. And then when it comes to silage, obviously I'm just going to use the mower, and because it windrows, and I'll just pick it up with the forage wagon, and I'm going to throw it in a fermenting silo that I have installed down at my main kind of yard here on my test map. And when I get down there, I'll show you. But I use the Omatano one. There's several of them out there. But the Omatano one's pretty cheap, and it processes relatively quickly, so I thought it would be a good choice. So anyways, my intent is, you know, not to show how to do grass work. Kind of like on my previous test, I'll save you the pain of watching me do that. I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to make my silage and my hay, and I'll bring you back in, and we'll see if we can sell them. But this is the equipment. That's all I'm going to use to make both the silage and the hay. And if you have any questions on, like, you can't find this front lifter, I think it's well, it shows up under miscellaneous, or the windrower, just send me a comment, or in the comments send me, hey, can you send me, and I'll dig out some more information for you as to where you can find them if you want to use them. I use this front lifter on forage harvesters too a lot in FS19. If I couldn't get a wagon or trailer to hook up. Anyways, enough yakking. I am going to go ahead, get some hay and silage made, and I'll bring you back in just a few minutes. Well, we have an answer. As you can see, I have my mowed and windrowed grass, and I have my mowed and windrowed hay. But when I was trying to use the forage wagon to pick it up, it said I didn't have access to the land. So it's only going to let me pick it up with a baler. So that answers that part of the question. We can't use a forage wagon to pick it up. So what I'm going to do now, to another way I thought of, you might get around this issue if you're struggling with it like we are, is I'm going to take in Lisa baler. I'm going to bale this up, make hay and silage bales, and then I'm going to convert it to loose. Now the only way I can think of doing that is using a mixing wagon, because you throw the bales in and then you can unload it and you get loose out of it. I have in the past tried using bale shredders, but that hasn't worked for me. Now I haven't tried them all, admittedly, but the ones I tried, they wouldn't. They'd only shred straw bales. So I am going to give that a go, and we'll see if we can deliver loose and complete the contract that way. Another thing that might work, I do think there's a few silos out there, multi-fruit silos that will take bales, and I actually might check mine to see if it will, if it's one of them. But if you had a multi-fruit silo that would take bales in, you could dump your bales in and take loose out and deliver. So that would be another option. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do here, and so I'll bring you back in just a little bit, and we'll see how that goes. All right, so I baled up both the hay and the silage. I've brought the hay down here and put it in our mixer wagon, so you can see we've got 18,000 liters. That's from the 4 bales of hay we had off that field. This is the sell point right here for the contract. So I'm just going to come over here, or unload the forage wagon into here, and see if we get contract complete. There we go. So you can deliver loose. It's not expecting bales. You can complete it by delivering loose product. It's getting that loose product is a bit of a challenge, but this does work. Now, if you know of another way to get hay and silage bales into loose format, that'll work. And like I said, I'm pretty sure there's some multi-fruit silos that will take hay or like bales in and then give you loose out. So what I'm going to do, I am going to run up top quick, and I'm going to grab our silage bales. We'll throw them in here, and we'll deliver those to the animal dealer, and we'll make sure that contract works. So I'll catch up with you at that point. Well, we're down here at the animal dealer with our mixing wagon full of silage, and it does look like it's going to let us deliver here. And indeed, and there's our contract complete. So, we learned we can deliver loose. That's not a problem to complete the contract. It doesn't need to be bales. The issue is we can't pick the product up off the field with anything other than a baler. Now, to be fair, I only used the one forage wagon. Maybe there's one in game that'll get around it, or maybe someone else has a clever idea how to do it. Like the milling machine in FS19, if that comes out, maybe that'll pick it up. But right now, that's the only way I can think of doing it. And again, it was some time ago that I tried to use a bale shredder to shred some hay, I think it was I wanted to do, and it didn't work. And the been modded ones come out since, and of course there's been updating the game, so maybe that now does work. If you know that, maybe you can leave it in the comments so others who are interested in this topic are aware. But I think that concludes this test. So if you're still watching, thanks for sticking with me. I really appreciate it. If you found this entertaining or informative, hit the like and subscribe button. If you want to see when other content like this lands, I encourage you to hit the notification bell. But for this test, this is Farmer Murphy signing off. Until next time.